CIET NCERT presents the audiobook Khelyatra, textbook of physical education and well-being for class 6.
Unit 3, page 41. Fundamental Skills of Kho-Kho. In this unit, we will learn about an exciting Indian sport called Kho-Kho. This game is interesting and helps us to work together as a team. Kho-Kho is a sport where two teams compete. One team tries to tag members of the opponent team while they avoid being tagged. The game involves quick movement, agility, speed, leg strength, and teamwork, with players taking turns to defend and chase. Here's what we will do. Point 1. Learn and play. We will have fun sessions where we will learn how to play Kho-Kho through interactive games and group exercises. Point 2. Develop skills. We will do exciting lead-up activities to develop Kho-Kho skills. Point 3. Work as a team. We will focus on working together and supporting each other during the game. Let's get ready to play, learn, and enjoy the game of Kho-Kho. Page 42. Sitting. There are 4 sections. Part 1 says warm-up. On the spot run to fast feet. Head to toe stretch. Part 2 says skill. Sitting. Part 3 says cool down. Hamstring stretch. Calf stretch. Crossed leg toe touch. Part 4 says circle time. Strength. Sitting. Stance. Point 1. Stand at the designated block. Point 2. Look straight. Execution. Point 1. In a block drawn on the ground, sit on your toes. Point 2. Place your hands on the ground, forming a bridge with your fingers and thumb. Point 3. Lean a little forward. The body weight should be balanced on both the toes and hands as shown in the picture. Page 43. At the upper side of the page, there is a picture in which a kid shows the process of Kho-Kho in sitting position. Lead-up activity. Organize competition between players to complete a circuit. 20 seconds of Kho-Kho sitting stance, followed by 10 meters of frog jump and 10 meters of duck walk. Circle time. Strength. Point 1. In which body parts did you feel the stress during the activity? Point 2. Discuss activities that will help in developing body strength and stamina. Did you know? Measurement of Kho-Kho court for sub-junior boys and girls is 14 into 24 square meter. Page 44. Chasing. There are 4 sections. Part 1 says warm-up. Lower limbs rotation. High knee and butt kick. Part 2 says skill. Running. Part 3 says cool down. Floor touch. Calf stretch. Crouch leg stretch. Part 4 says circle time. Footwork. Chasing. Initial position. Point 1. Chaser will start from the position, that is, sitting stance, we learned in the previous session. Footwork. Point 1. You should take out your left leg forward first for running in the left direction and right leg for running in the right direction. Running technique. Point 1. Maintain an upright posture with your head up. Point 2. Swing your arms naturally back and forth. Point 3. Focus on defender. Page 45. At the top of the page, there is a picture in which kids are playing Kho-Kho game. Lead-up activity. Rise and run. Assemble on a starting line and sit in the Kho-Kho stance. Start running towards the finish line at the sound of the long whistle and sit down on the sound of the short whistle. The teacher will guide the students with every whistle. Sitting and rising on wrong whistle will be a foul. Circle time. Footwork. Point 1. Discuss the footwork that you followed while getting up and described in the skill section. Point 2. Elaborate the basic rules of Kho-Kho in your own words. Page 46. Giving Kho. There are 4 sections. Part 1 says warm-up, jumping, squat, ankle stretch. Part 2 says skill, giving Kho. Part 3 says cool down, overhead arm stretch, torso twist, cross-legged toe touch. Part 4 says circle time, anticipating the Kho. Giving Kho. Oral and touch signal. Kho signal is given by tapping the back of the teammate and shouting Kho at the same time. At the time of giving Kho, at least one of the legs should be behind the cross lane. At the bottom of the page, there's a picture in which 2 kids are playing Kho-Kho and it represents Kho giving technique. Page 47. At the top of the page, there's a picture in which 2 kids are playing Kho-Kho game and it represents Kho giving technique. Lead up activity. Form 2 teams of equal number of players. Practice giving Kho in different techniques. Circle time. Anticipating the Kho. How did you anticipate while playing Kho-Kho who is going to give you the Kho? Did you know there are 3 types of giving Kho? Point 1. Simple touch Kho. Point 2. Early Kho. Point 3. Late Kho. Page 48. Running on a straight line. There are 4 sections. Part 1 says warm-up, leaping and skipping, jumps hip and pelvic muscle stretch. Part 2 says activity, running on a straight line. Part 3 says cool down, Paschimottanasana, camel pose, pigeon pose, circle time. Part 4 says realizing mistake and how to improve. Running on a straight line, proper running form. Point 1. Maintain an upright posture, keeping your chest and head straight. Point 2. Keep the movement of your hands straight and parallel to the ground. At the right side of the page, there's a picture in which a kid is running on a straight line. Page 49. Acceleration drills. Point 1. Practice drills of taking a quick start and gaining speed swiftly. This will improve your ability to chase swiftly. Focus on forward movements. Point 1. Use markers or cones to prepare the track and encourage yourself to keep your eyes focused on the end point to maintain a straight line. Lead up activity. Modified shuttle run. Draw parallel lines of 10 meters having 30 centimeter distance between them. Players will take a sitting stance. On the sound of the whistle, they will get up and run straight towards the finishing line and then come back towards the starting point. In case the feet touch the boundary lines or the body moves sideways, the player has to start again from the beginning. Finally, the one who finishes first wins the race. Circle time. Realizing mistake and steps to improve. Identify and understand the mistake that you probably made while the sound and visual signal for starting the run was given. Page 50. Dodging. There are 4 sections. Part 1 says warm-up, sliding and galloping, knee hug and quadricep stretch. Part 2 says skill, dodging. Part 3 says cool down, forward and backward lunges, lower limbs rotations. Part 4 says circle time, wrong footing a player, dodging, defender. Point 1. It is a skill for defender in Kho-Kho as it allows them to move quickly and avoid the attempts of the chasers to get them out. Effective dodging involves a combination of quick footwork, agility, and strategic movement. Leaning. Point 1. Defender leans their body in one direction and runs in another direction to mislead the chasers about their intended direction. This can create an opening for the defender to slip past the chasers. Page 51. Quick turns. Point 1. Rapid turns and pivots can help you change the direction swiftly, making it difficult for chasers to anticipate your movement. Changing speed. Chaser. Point 1. You can move at a consistent pace and then suddenly speed up or slow down to catch your opponent off guard. At the bottom of the page, there's a picture in which kids are playing Kho-Kho game and using the dodging technique. Page 52. Lead up activity. Move to safety. Point 1. Mark a starting and finishing line 20 meters apart. Divide the players in 2 groups. Point 2. Runners will stand on the starting line and the chasers will be at the center. Point 3. Runners have to run and dodge the chasers and reach the finishing line without getting tapped or caught. Point 5. The number of people reaching the end line will be the number of points scored by that team. Point 6. Now change the roles and play again. Circle time. Wrong footing. Elaborate your strategy to confuse a player by leaning and dropping your shoulder in one direction and moving in another. Page 53. Zigzag running. There are 4 sections. Part 1 says warm up, lower body stretching, lunge jump, single and both legs drills, squat jump. Part 2 says skill, zigzag running. Part 3 says cool down, pigeon pose, child pose, cobra pose. Part 4 says circle time, reaction time, zigzag running. There are 2 types of zigzag running that are used in the game of Kho-Kho. One is straight running and the other one is sidewards running. Start slow. Point 1. Begin with a slow-paced jog or walk through the zigzag pattern. Focus on the proper footwork and changes in directions. Point 2. Include specific Kho-Kho movements such as dodging, chasing and tagging in a controlled and gradual manner. Increase speed slowly. Point 1. Players should gradually increase the speed of the zigzag running. The emphasis should be on quick and controlled movements. Page 54. In this page, there are 3 pictures which shows the techniques of zigzag running in Kho-Kho. Page 55. Lateral movements, sideways movements. Point 1. Practice lateral movements by crossing one foot over the other as you change direction between the cones. This helps in improving agility and coordination. Randomizations. No pattern. Point 1. Once players are confident, the teacher will call out directions or use visual cues to prompt random changes in the zigzag pattern, challenging the participants to react quickly. Lead up activity. Playing Kho-Kho with single chain pole-to-pole running skill. The player covering the court in minimum time is the winner. Circle time. Reaction time. Share your experience while playing Kho-Kho. How did you anticipate the random visual signal for starting a movement? Page 56. Pole turn. There are 4 sections. Part 1 says warm up, side walk, back walk, jogging drills. Part 2 says skill, pole turn. Part 3 says cool down, bow pose, crocodile pose, wheel pose. Part 4 says circle time, pole turning technique. Pole turn. Pole turn is a skill used by the chasers to make quick turns and tag or tap the runners. Approach the pole. Point 1. As you approach the pole, maintain a controlled and balanced run. Keep your eyes on the pole when you intend to turn around. Execution. Point 1. As you reach the pole, initiate the turn by planting your inner foot, that is, the foot closest to the pole, firmly on the ground. Point 2. Rotate your body in the direction of the turn by using a pivot motion on the planted foot. Page 57. There are 4 images in which a kid is using the technique of pole turn to play Kho game. Page 58.3. Simultaneously swing your free leg around the pole in the desired direction of the turn. Pushing off. Point 1. As your turn is completed, push off the pole with the direction of the flow. Lead up activity. Pole shuttle run. Make two teams, A and B. The team that completes the pole shuttle run in the minimum time wins. Ask the team members to sit in a row at a distance of 4 meters apart from the Kho pole. First player of the team A run towards the pole, completes the turn and comes back to give Kho to the next player. The next player repeats the same. This goes on till all the players have completed the shuttle run. The time is noted both at the beginning and at the finishing ends of the run. Similarly, Team B players will repeat the same. Circle time. Pole turning technique. Discuss what happens each time when elbows are flexed and not flexed while making the pole turn. Page 59. Covering chase. There are 4 sections. Part 1 says warm up, leaping and skipping jumps, hip and pelvic muscle stretch. Part 2 is skill, covering chase. Part 3, cool down, chest stretch, shoulder circles, cross body shoulder stretch. Part 4, circle time, anticipation. Covering chase, covering. Covering helps the player to understand the importance of offensive chaser strategies that are in coordination with other players' strategies. Also, they will learn the importance of maintaining proper position and effectively pursuing the defender. Coordinate movements. Point 1. This involves reading the defender's actions and adjusting your approach accordingly. In this skill, the chaser gets up and walks towards the defender on a straight line, and whenever the opportunity arises, the chaser moves towards the defender by making a straight, left or right move. Page 60. At the top of the page, there's a picture in which kids are using the technique of covering chase in Kho game. Individual pursuit drill. Point 1. Practice one-on-one pursuit drills where covering chasers try to change a single runner. This helps in improving your skills such as speed, time, and the ability to anticipate the runner's movements. Page 61. Lead up activity. Covering chase relay. Make 2 teams, A and B. Team that will finish the drill first wins the match. Team A first lines up for the sitting stance on the center line. First player from Team A is in the sitting stance and gets a Kho. Player walks in the cross line, takes 3 steps, attacks towards left and touches the cone placed at a 45-degree angle, makes a left turn and turns to give Kho to the second player sitting in box number 2. All players repeat this till the 8th player does it and comes back to touch the pole. Team B repeats the same. Similarly, same relay can be played by taking a right turn. The team that finishes the relay in minimum time wins the game. Circle time. Anticipation. Pictorially, elaborate the strategy for covering and chasing. How to anticipate the opportunity for covering and then attack. Did you know? At the time of receiving Kho, both hands of chasers should be placed outside the center line. Page 62. Chain. There are 4 sections. Part 1 says warm up, leaping and skipping, jumps hip and pelvic muscle stretch. Part 2 says skill, chain. Part 3 says cool down, torso twist, calf stretch, quadriceps stretch. Part 4 says circle time, reaction time, chain. The concept. Point 1. The team will work together to create a barrier that moves along with the runners. The objective is to corner the runner and prevent them from crossing the center line. Position. Point 1. Ensure that you understand your designated positions in the chain. Positions will be assigned based on the order in which players are lined up at the start of the match. Each player in the chain has a specific role to play in maintaining the barrier. Page 63. Coordination and timing. Point 1. You need to move together as a unit to maintain a strong defensive formation. Initially, practice the chain in slow motion and just focus on the action. At the center of the page, there are 3 pictures in which kids are using the technique of chain in Kho game. Page 64. Hand and verbal signals. Point 1. Use hand and sound signal to start the chain. Players should be aware of when to start forming the chain and when to adjust their positions based on the movements of the runners. Lead up activity. Sitting relay race. Make 2 teams having 9 members in each team. From each team, 1 player will stand and others will sit in the Kho stands 2 to 3 meters apart. The one standing in front of the lanes will start the race by running towards the partner sitting nearest and then gives a pat, Kho, on their back, and the sequence will continue till the last teammate completes the race. The team that finishes first will be the winner. Circle time. Reaction time. Elaborate how you anticipated the Kho and how to reduce the time between the Kho and standing up for a chase. Page 65. Fake Kho. There are 4 sections. Part 1 says warm up, sliding and galloping, knee hug and quadriceps stretch. Part 2 says skill, fake Kho. Part 3 says cool down, pigeon pose, child pose, cobra pose. Part 4 says circle time, unpredictable fake Kho. Fake Kho. Point 1. Fake is a strategy to mislead the defenders, creating openings and gain advantage. Timing and unpredictability. Point 1. Timing and unpredictability are very crucial when executing fakes. You should be able to seamlessly integrate fakes into your overall game without disturbing the flow of your movements. Reaction time drills. Point 1. Set up scenarios where you need to react quickly to cues or signals, incorporating fakes into your responses. This helps in making fakes more natural during the actual game. Page 66. At the top of the page, there's a picture in which kids are using the fake Kho technique in Kho games. Competitive faking drills. Point 1. Organize competitive drills that specifically focus on faking. For example, set up a one-on-one situation where you must use fakes to get past defenders. Page 67. Lead up activity. Ace of the fake. Form 3 to 4 teams of 9 players in each team. 8 players from each team will sit in the Kho formation and 1 player will start the game. Target of each team is to give 3 actual Kho and 2 fake Kho as soon as possible and shout, Pancham. The team which finishes first wins the game. Circle time. Unpredictable fake Kho. Discuss ideas on how you can be unpredictable in giving fake Kho. Did you know fake Kho may also be used near a pole? Page 68. Pole dive. There are 4 sections. Part 1 says warm up, jumping jacks and frog jump, chest and back, quadriceps stretch. Part 2 says skill, pole dive. Part 3 says cool down, overhead arm stretch, torso twist, cross-legged toe touch. Part 4 says circle time, footwork and safety for pole dive. Pole dive. Approach. Point 1. As you approach the pole, maintain a controlled and steady pace, preparing for the quick movement. Execution. Point 1. Keep your body low to the ground and slightly lean in the direction of the dive. Point 2. As you reach the pole, if you are diving towards left, plant your left foot and grab the pole with right hand to make the dive. If you are diving towards right, plant your right foot and grab it with your left hand to perform the dive. Point 3. Use your free arm and torso to generate the movement and get the player out. Page 69. Pushing off. Point 1. As the dive is completed, push off with the outer foot and both the hands. Rotate your non-planted foot around the pole to get out of the dive. At the center of the page, there's a picture in which a kid is using pole dive technique in Kho-Kho game. Circle time, footwork and safety for pole dive. Point 1. Why is the footwork important for pole dive? Explain with appropriate examples. Point 2. Write a set of instructions on avoiding head or leg collisions with the pole. Page 70. Lead up activity. Elbow lock challenge. Make 2 teams. Line up both the teams facing each other on the opposite sides, a distance of 6 meters approximately. One player from each team will come in the center and will lock elbows with each other. Both players will sing 1 to 2 lines of any folk song while moving in a circle. As the first stanza ends, both the players will try to pull each other towards their own side. The player that successfully pulls the other player towards their side earns 1 point. Repeat the process until everyone gets their turn. At the center of the page, there's a picture in which 2 girls are playing elbow lock challenge. Page 71. Toe tapping. There are 4 sections. Part 1 says warm up, lower limbs, rotations, high knee and butt kick. Part 2 says skill, toe tapping. Part 3 says cool down, lower limbs rotations, reverse and forward lunges, butterfly pose. Part 4 says circle time, stretch to reach, toe tapping. Position. Point 1. You will be sitting in a position as we have learned previously, ready to react quickly to the movements of the defenders. Focus and anticipation. Point 1. You need to focus on the movements of the defender and anticipate their next move by predicting the speed, direction, and pattern. Timing. Point 1. Timing is crucial. As the defender approaches, you should extend one arm forward, aiming to tap defender's toe or feet without falling over the center line. Page 72. At the top of the page, there's a picture in which 4 kids are using the technique of toe tapping in Kho-Kho game. Lead up activity. Grab the cone. Mark a starting line and restraining line about 3 to 5 meters apart. Place 3 cones in a row 1 meter after the restraining line as shown below. Players will line up behind the starting line. Each player will run towards the cone and touch them as per instructions, center, right, left, without crossing the restraining line. The teacher can slowly decrease the time intervals between the instructions. At the center of the page, there's a picture in which 3 cones are kept in a straight line, below which it's written, "Do not cross this line for touching the cone." Beside it, it's written, "Restraining line," and below it, it's written, "Starting line." Circle time. Stretch to reach. Students will discuss the technique to be used for reaching the cone without falling over the restraining line.
Page number 73.
3 to 3 chain. There are 4 sections. Part 1 says warm up, leaping and skipping jumps, hip and pelvic muscle stretch. Part 2 says skill, 3 to 3 chain. Part 3 says cool down, forward lunges and backward lunges. Part 4 says circle time, appreciating performance. 3 to 3 chain. Concept. Point 1. The 3 to 3 chain in Kho-Kho involves a specific defense strategy where players form a chain with 3 chasers in the front, 2 in the middle, and 3 at the back. This formation is used to create a strong defense barrier. Positioning. Point 1. Ensure that you have understood your designated position in the 3-to-3 chain. Positions are typically assigned based on the order in which players are lined up at the start of the match. Each player in the chain has a specific role to play in maintaining the barrier. Page 74. At the top of the page, there is a picture in which a kid is using 3-to-3 chain technique in Kho game. Demonstration. Point 1. Demonstration of the 3-to-3 chain formation will be done by your teacher to showcase the proper positioning, highlighting the role of each player in the front, middle and back, and how they work together to chase the defender. Practice. Point 1. Begin practicing the 3-to-3 chain formation without the chaser initially. This allows you to focus on the technique of forming the chain and improving your movements without the pressure of the opponents. Page 75. Lead-up activity. Standing Kho. Form a circle. Form 6 groups and stand at the circle's border. One of you will be the chaser while the other will be the runner. Chaser can enter the circle but the runner cannot. When the runner wishes to pass, then only entry is allowed in the circle, and then the runner can stand in front of the lane. The runner will join the lane in which the last person will become the runner. If the chaser catches the runner turns into the chaser and vice versa. Circle time. Appreciating performance. Will you appreciate the performance of the opponent team player and why? Chapter 3 ends here.
Khelyatra, you were just listening to this audiobook, Textbook of Physical Education and Well-Being for Class 6. Narration Akshita Mishra. Sound recordist Manju Kumari. Assistance in production Chetna Sharma. Directed and produced by Vimalesh Chaudhary. This audiobook is presented to you by CIET NCERT, New Delhi, India.